Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter number 3. Krishna is the source of all the incarnations. Verse number 19. Please repeat after me this shloka. Panchadasham vamanakam कृत्वा गाद अद्वरं बले पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सु त्रिपिष्टपम् पंचदशं वामनाकं कृत्वा गाद अद्वरं बले पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सुस्त्रिपिष्टपम् पंचदशं वामनाकं कृत्वा गाद अद्वरं बली पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सुस्त्रिपिष्टपम्. Please recite. पंचदशं वामनाकं कृत्वा गाद अद्वरं बले पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सुस्त्रिपिष्टपम्. पंचदशं वामनाकं कृत्वा गाद अद्वरं बले पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सुस्त्रिपिष्टपम्. पंचदशं वामनकं पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सुस्त्रिपिष्टपम्. पंचदशं वामनकं कृत्वा गाद अद्वरं बले पदत्रयं याचमानः प्रत्यादित्सुस्त्रिपिष्टपम्. Word to word meaning. Panchadasham, the 15th in the line. Vamanakam, the dwarf Brahmana. Kritva, by assumption of. Agat, went. Advaram, arena of sacrifice. Bali, of King Bali. Padatrayam, 3 steps only. Yachamanaha, begging. Pratyaditsuhu, willing at heart to return. Tripishtapam, the kingdom of 3 planetary systems. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, Vamana. And visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of 3 planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. Please repeat the translation responsively behind me. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, Vamana, and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the three planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land. Purport. The Almighty God can bestow upon anyone the kingdom of the universe from a very small beginning, and similarly he can take away the kingdom of universe on the plea of begging a small piece of land. Amagyanatimirandasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamine Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you for assembling on today's morning for hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and giving me opportunity for speaking on this. I seek blessings from Sri Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Sri Gaur Nitai and all Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, and all the Vaishnavas, so that I can speak something which is purifies my heart and inspires someone who can hear this. Hare Krishna. So, one of the favorite pastime of my liking is Bali Maharaj section. We cannot speak about Vamandev without speaking about Bali Maharaj. Just like we cannot speak about Narsingadev without speaking about Prahlad. Yes, so those are, for them Lord appeared to deliver them or to glorify them. Yesterday we were seeing this Narsingadev appeared, right? Yesterday the shloka, which is 14th in number. Sutta Goswami is narrating 14th in number, Narsingadev appears. There, yesterday Prabhuji was showing this shloka from 7th canto. Lord appeared to fulfill the words of Prahlad, to glorify his devotees. We cannot speak anything about Vamandev without speaking about Bali Maharaj. So I have attempted to make a PPT. Why I make a PPT is generally, once in Pune temple, Indradyumna Swami Maharaj came for a visit. Youth festival was there. After the youth festival got over, one day, next day morning he was giving a Bhagavatam class. Then he asked Radheshyam Prabhu, Radheshyam, can we connect a PPT on the screen? And then generally it is not their system, especially Bhagavatam classes. And he said, yes Maharaj, we can arrange. You have a PPT, you can bring it, we get a pen drive, we will arrange it. We will have a big screen on the Bhagavatam class. Then Maharaj connected. I think it is Indradev, the pastime he was speaking on. Indra showering, is throwing the Govardhana pastime. So Radheshyam Prabhu asked his other members, he arranged. Indradyumna Swami Maharaj was giving a class. He started a PPT with a slide of Giriraj Govardhan, Krishna lifting, and Indra is there on top. That picture, this is the first slide. Then Bhagavatam class started, continued. It was going on class. Maharaj is speaking so many nectarian pastimes which are connected to that pastime, the principles, lessons from that pastime. Radheshyam Prabhu was hearing this, and all the brahmacharis, all the temple residents got completely absorbed. Just one slide on the screen. One slide. After the whole class, Radheshyam Prabhu went and asked Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, Maharaj, I think, is it what, it was not working, PPT? Only one slide you showed completely. Is it not working, PPT? or is it any problem, or else you forgot to do it? And Maharaj said, no, I just want to keep one photo. I just want to keep one photo. Why? Because when there is a depiction of a picturization in front of us, there is a great chance that we can absorb, we get absorbed more easily. Prabhupada says these pictures are actually windows to the spiritual world. These pictures, especially that I am showing you. These are the windows to spiritual world. When we just take darshan, we get absorbed completely. We get revived a whole pastime. So that's why I just generally make PPT. This topic for this, Sa Vamano Vatu. Sa Vamano Vatu. Vatu is a dwarf Brahmana. And he is a Vamana. Vamana means very small. Vamana is a Brahmana. Vamana means Brahmana. So this is the picture which I collected from Mayapur festival, and Vaman Dwadashi, they decorate every year. There are special celebrations in Mayapur. They decorate Gurukul boy, and they bring this boy in front of the altar. And he comes, and later on he makes him sit. They make him sit on a chair, wash his lotus feet, of course feet. They wash it, take a Charanamrut. They distribute the Charanamrut to all the members. Sometimes Jennivas Prabhu, Pankajagi Prabhu, they come personally to take that remnants. Prasadam, they feed the prasadam to Vaman Dev. Very nice celebrations they celebrate in Mayapur. So before coming to this pastime, this more description comes in 8th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, where the whole narration starts by a question of Parikshit Maharaj. When Sukadeva Goswami is explaining the administratives, okay, this is a Manu, next Manu will be here, next Manu will be here. He was narrating all the Manus, Manvantaras, and he is describing the Lord appearance in each Manvantara, in each Yuga. Suddenly he says, there was one great incarnation of the Swayam Vishnu, who is Vamandev, who came and cheated Bali. He just says that like that, and he continues. Sukadeva Goswami continues like that. But Parikshit Maharaj, he is very conscious of what he is hearing and what he wants to hear. He keeps this question to Sukadeva Goswami. Wait. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is a proprietor of the whole universes. Yes, multiple Lakshmis are serving him. And he is the biggest proprietor of the whole world. Who can be the who can have the more property than Vishnu, Swayam Lord? How come that great personality coming and begging for 3 steps of land? This is one question Parikshit Maharaj asked. Second question he asked, okay, he asked as a begging, but a beggar, how he bounded Bali Maharaj with Varun Pasha? This is a very interesting question which Parikshit Maharaj asked. In today's shloka, Sukadeva Goswami is actually speaking the answer. What Sukadeva Goswami answered Parikshit Maharaj in, of course, 8-9 chapters, I think, right? In 8th canto, there are 8-9 chapters dedicated for this Vaman Bali section. But in one shloka, Sukadeva Goswami is answering this question of Parikshit Maharaj to the sages of Naimisharanya. I hope we are clear with the shloka. Shloka says, let me show the shloka once again, translation. Okay, let me say shloka. Panchadasham va amanakam, in 15th incarnation there is a Vaman Dev appeared. Krutvagad atvaram Bali. He went to sacrifice of Bali and asked Padatrayam yachamana. He asked for 3 steps of land. Why? Pratyadishtustripistitam pistapam. Even though he has the intention to take whole thing from him. Vamandev has a great intention that he wants to grab everything from Bali. But he just asked 3 steps. Sometimes when we ask for donations from the people, we may ask, okay, you cannot give 10,000, give 5,000. If you cannot sponsor for 100 people, sponsor for 30, 50 people at least. Our main intention is to grab everything, whatever he has extra, right? Whatever extra he has, grab everything for us in the service of Krishna. That is our main intention. But we ask, as a dwarf Brahmana, we ask for only 3 steps of land. So Vamandev main intention is to grab everything from the Bali's property and give it to his brother. Who is his brother? Indra, Upendra. Vamandev, another name is Upendra. He wants to give it to his brother, Indradev, because he promised mother, he will protect them. So, although at heart, this is a very answer for the question of Parikshit Maharaj. Although at heart, he was willing to regain the kingdom of 3 planetary systems. He want to regain whole planetary system from the Bali. We will discuss how Bali got this property of 3 planetary systems. He want to regain it, whole things back, and he simply asked, with that intention at heart, but he asked outside 3 steps of land. Very interesting, right? Having some intention inside and asking something else outside. It can be there even in devotees. I remembered in my, towards the end of the college, I was a little active in Krishna consciousness. I was trying to pull someone else also to come and join with me. One time I called him, Prabhu, he didn't know, he didn't attend any camps or any things. I asked, Prabhu, why don't you come to Mumbai? You don't have any work, right? Come to Mumbai, we'll work together and we'll, no. I thought I can introduce him to Krishna consciousness and make him a nice devotee like that. I thought like that. One time I told a lie to him saying that I have booked your ticket. I told him that I have booked a ticket for you. The paisa, money I have spent already. So you please join me from Basar. I was there in Basar that time. So from Basar, we can go to Mumbai. But actually I didn't book any ticket. For him. I was already knowing that he may drop at any time. But later on, of course, he purchased a ticket and he came to temple. He became a nice devotee. He's more qualified than me right now. So in this way, sometimes we can tell a lie, we can cheat others for some great purposes. For it is said in the Shastra, for marriage, one can tell a lie for a marriage. Even Shukracharya gives this niti, Shukracharya niti, to Bali. At the cost of, you can give a dan, but not at the cost of you becoming a beggar. You can give a donation, but not at the cost of you becoming a beggar. Yes? So, we can tell a lie. So, Vamandev, first principle here is, Vamandev has an intention at heart to grab whole thing, to give it to Indra, but ask externally outside something else. But this can be understood only by matured devotees, not by anyone and everyone. Parikshit Maharaj wants to understand that. Why he asked 3 steps of land, even though he is a proprietor of 3 loka, he is a real master of everything, but still he asked 3 steps. And after begging also, why he bounded him? That was a question and answer. So here, Bali Maharaj is glorified as one of the Veera. There are 3 types of Veeras. There are Dhana Veera, Yuddha Veera, Dharma Veera, Daya Veera. There are 4 types. Yuddha Veera, anybody remember? Viryaras in Yuddha. Who is that example? Yes, Bhishma Deva. He has that rasa with Krishna in Yuddha Veera. In fighting, he is a chivalrous. At one point he says in his prayers, I am feeling great pleasure to see such a Lord whose body is penetrated with my sharp arrows. He says. He is taking a lot of pleasure in it, describing that and taking darshan of Lord. And blood started oozing from that wounds. So that is Yuddha Veera. Yuddha Veera. And there is another one, Dana Veera, who is, example here is Bali Maharaj. He is glorified as, he also has a Veera Tattva. He is a king. Bali Maharaj is a king. He has that reciprocation with the Lord, Dana Veera. By giving a charity, he is presented his Veeratva. And there is a Dharma Veera. Anybody remember Dharma Veera? Yes, Yudhishthira. But that is according to the religious principle, following the religious principles. And there is a Daya Veera. He is Mayurudhwaja. There is another pastime, Mayurudhwaj, Daya Veera. So like this, one principle we can learn, one lesson we can learn is having good intention for benefiting him, we can tell a lie, no problem. But we should not tell a lie or cheat him, having a bad intention in heart, speaking something very pleasing outside. One of the section in Uddhava, there one shloka comes, Narada Muni says to Yudhishthira, he says, people glorify someone, people criticize someone. Sometimes people glorify someone. Wow, Prabhuji, what a kirtan you have done. Prabhuji, what a donation you brought. Sometimes they glorify. But glorifying a devotee, having a bad intention at heart, is completely is offense. Glorifying a devotee, having a bad intention in heart, is offense. You can criticize a devotee having a good intention in the heart, no problem. That is not offense. You are helping him or you are learning something. So this is the first lesson we can learn from Vamandev, asking for 3 steps of land, having intention at heart, grabbing everything from Bali. And second lesson we can learn, the whole Parikshit Maharaj is asking a question. Parikshit Maharaj is asking a question. He is very, very eager to know this pastime. He must have heard many times Vamandev. Just like he heard Ram Katha many times. Parikshit Maharaj must have heard Ram Katha many times. Sukadeva Goswami says, you must have heard about Lord pastimes many times. Let me describe in few. Just 1-2 chapters. Sukadeva Goswami completes whole Ramayana. He is spending, it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, largest section. Anybody knows what is the largest section in Srimad Bhagavatam? Section of Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad section. Whole canto is dedicated for Narsimha and Prahlad section. The next major portion is Vamandev and Bali Maharaj. So Sukadeva Goswami is spending a lot of time in describing all these pastimes. And Parikshit Maharaj is very, very eager to hear him. There is one wonderful shloka by Sripad Yamunacharya. He says, please repeat after me. Yadavadi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde Nava nava rasadamani udvatam rantumasi Tadavadi batanari sangame smaryamane Bhavati mukha vikara sushtu nistavanam vanam cha. So this is the eagerness of Parikshit Maharaj, just like Yamunacharya has. This Prabhupada quotes this shloka in 2nd chapter. Many places he quotes how controlling the senses, that place, that sections. So this shloka says, we are reading this Brahmacharya in Krishna Consciousness, right, the book. So this is very relevant shloka for it to understand. Whenever the thought comes in my mind, Yamunacharya says, whenever the thought comes in my mind about the associating with a woman, Tadavadi bata nari sangame smaryamane. Whenever I remembered of associating with a woman, mukha vikara, bhavati mukha vikara sustu nistivan cha. My face becomes wrinkled. I spit on that thought, Yamunacharya says. Why he is able to sell this? Why he is able to have that much aversion for these unnecessary things? Why? Because the first 2 lines explains that. He says, Yadavadi mama cheta Krishna padara vinde. I am constantly able to absorb myself at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Why? Because Navanava Rasadamani Udvatam Rantumasit. I am getting a newer and newer taste every single minute, every day in describing and relishing these pastimes of the Lord. Can somebody read the translation?
Since I have been engaged in the transcendental level service of Krishna, realizing ever new pleasure in him, whenever I think of sex pleasure, I spit at the thought, and my lips curl with
See what we should not see the detachment of Yamunacharya here, but we should see the attachment of Yamunacharya. He is so much attached to Krishna, hearing Krishna Katha, that helped him to get detached from this. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayati Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Chat Yad Ahetukam. When we perform bhakti, we naturally develop a vairagya from this world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to teach us this vairagya principle, right? What is that sloka? He came to teach us vairagya. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. Shikshartamekam Purusham Puranam, right? So he came to teach us this vairagya. But primary thing that he came to teach us how to be a devotee. How to be a devotee of Krishna. When we absorb ourselves in Krishna consciousness, naturally this vairagya comes. Just like Yamunacharya is feeling every day new taste in Srimad Bhagavatam. We sit, even though we feel sleepy, even though we're tired, even though we have many diseases of the body, we still sit in the Bhagavatam class every day morning. Yes? I don't know, Navanava Rasa Dhamani, but definitely we are aspiring for it. We want to relish it daily, something else, something different every day. Yes, how many of you agree with me? Every day we sit for Bhagavatam class to relish this new taste of Srimad Bhagavatam every day. If it is already same pastime, we heard many times this Vamandev and Bali Maharaj, right? Sitaram Prabhu explains wonderfully. One of his favorite also, Vamandev and Bali Maharaj. Many times we must have heard this Vamandev and Bali. But still, when we hear, keep on hearing, just like Parikshit Maharaj want to hear more and more, we get to that stage where Navarava Rasdamani Uddvatam Ranti Masu, we come to that stage. Even though we heard, but we still want to hear. Maybe for taste, for flavor, we may hear from many different devotees. Yes, we can see many commentaries of devotees. So this is the second lesson we can learn from this. First one is, we can criticize a devotee having a good intention at heart. Just like Bali Maharaj asked for 3 steps of land, having an intention to grab everything. But we should not glorify a devotee having a bad intention at heart. We should aspire to purify that. Second lesson is, we should have this aspiration always, just like Parikshit Maharaj have a eagerness to hear about the pastimes of the Lord. Just like Yamunacharya also has that. So, let us come to this pastime of Bali Maharaj. When he is asked, Parikshit Maharaj asked this question, Sukadeva Goswami, he has revived Bali Maharaj. Because Bali Maharaj, Shukracharya protected Bali Maharaj accepted me as a guru. Yes, Pranadatta. He has accepted Pranadatta as his guru. Okay, Bali Maharaj is very indebted to Shukracharya. And Shukracharya suggested Bali Maharaj to perform a yajna called Vishwajit Yajna. Vishwajit Yajna, to conquer the whole Vishwa. On the order of Shukracharya, Bali Maharaj started performing Vishwajit Yajna. In this Vishwajit Yajna, when he was performing, there is a wonderful golden personality appeared in the yajna and gave a chariot, helmet, bow and arrow. Prahlad Maharaj comes and gives a garland to Bali Maharaj. Prahlad comes and gives a garland to Bali. Now he is fully equipped. Bali Maharaj is fully equipped with all weapons and great blessings of Guru. One side Shukracharya, another side Prahlad Maharaj. He is fully equipped. Now Bali Maharaj is going towards Amaravati. Not the Amaravati of Andhra Pradesh capital. Amaravati is the capital of heavenly planets, Indraloka. So Bali Maharaj headed towards, with all his Sena, headed towards Amaravati. After performing Vishwajit Yajna, he got all the powers with the help of Guru. Now Indra is watching from far. Hey, this Bali is coming again. So all this Bali, when the demigods see him, all the demigods and Indra, they go to, generally when the problems comes, where they go, demigods? Brahma they go. But this time they went to Guru, Bruhaspati. Indra went to Brihaspati. Oh my dear spiritual master, what is this happening? How come this guy got fully equipped and coming now? Then Brihaspati says to Indra, actually this is the time they got fully favored by his guru. There is another lesson we can learn from here. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadat nagati kutopi. Without the blessings of Acharya, without the blessings of pure devotees, sadhu, guru, we can never have any success in our life. Bali Maharaj is a demonic person. Still, he got the blessings from Shukracharya and he got empowered. Bali is empowered to defeat all the demigods. Now Bali comes, Brihaspati says to Indra, you go and hide. Don't stay. Better is you go hide. Don't stay in the planet. No, in the planets. You empty the place and go. Then Bali Maharaj comes. He defeats all the demigods and he occupies the place. Now, last time we were discussing this, right? Just sometimes when we get into a train, we don't purchase a ticket. Sometimes we are not having a confirmed ticket, waiting list or RAC. We get into a train and we speak to TC to get a confirmed ticket. Similarly, Bali Maharaj also was trying this illegal procedure. He got the post of Indra right now. Now he has to make himself qualified for it. Actually, Bali Maharaj is not qualified to sit on Indra's post. So now he's planning to get qualification to stay as a Indra. Then there is a Shukracharya is actually son of Bhrigu Muni. Bhrigu Muni helps him, he suggests him, you perform Ashwamedha Yajna. And Bali Maharaj performs Ashwamedha Yajna. One of the Ashwamedha Yajna is when he is performing, that time Vamadev comes. Now up to now, after demigods ran away from their planets, the mother of demigods, who is the mother of demigods? Aditi, feeling morose and unhappy. See, mothers definitely, just yesterday I was speaking to my mother, when they were calling me for some purpose, some function at home. I said, my health is not good. Then immediately she got, oh, take care of your health, take care of your health. Go to hospital. Are there any devotees who can take care of you nicely? They were asking like this. She told my brother also called and said, you want any money? We'll send it money for you. So I said, no, we have devotees, they are taking care of me nicely. Everything is okay. See, when mothers especially, when the children are in trouble, that is the biggest stress for them. Parents, mother, especially mother. That is, it's true. When the children are in tension, when the children are in stress, that is the biggest trouble for the parents, mother. So now Aditi is having the same stress. Now what to do? Husband actually, who is husband of Aditi? Kashyapa. Kashyapa went to perform tapasya. He is not there. At this situation, demigods lost their position. And she is morose and crying and crying. But at one day, Kashyapa comes back to home and Kashyapa sees the face of Aditi and says, oh, what disturbed? You are completely disturbed. What happened? What happened? Tell me, what is the reason? Then Aditi says, this is the situation. Please help me what to do. Then, actually Brahma, when he is creating Prajapatis, he have given a certain mantras, certain system to Kashyapa, his sons, to get a progeny, to develop a progeny. Kashyapa says, don't worry, I will tell that same procedure which Brahma taught me, I will tell you. My dear wife, Aditi, you perform this yajna, this is called Payavrata. You perform this vrata, then you will fulfill of your desires, no problem, don't worry. Actually, before giving this benediction, Kashyapa is thinking, Arey, what attachment? His mother have an attachment to children like this? What a useless attachment. Mama, my body, my things, my property, what is this attachment? But still Kashyapa favors wife. Kashyapa had one more incident like this. Anyone remember? With Diti. Diti also got disturbed. I want sons. At the wrong time they had a sexual intercourse and they produced Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Kashyapa fulfilled that also. So Kashyapa is very great gentleman. So now, when Aditi, following the instructions of Kashyapa, she does Payavrata. Prayavrata basically is around 12 days. Don't take anything, just take a milk, offer a deity, worship a Vishnu Shaligram or Vishnu deity. Don't eat anything, just sleep on bed, down. There are some rules and regulations in Prayavrata. There is a whole description of Prayavrata. Whole chapter is entitled as Prayavrata. Prayavrata. There is a lot of description. It is said, Kashyapa says to Aditi, if you perform this for 12 days, you will fulfill all your material desires, all your desires, he says. Devotees, sometimes we may get tempted. Oh, nice, seems to be 12 days. It is not 1 month, it is not 1 year, it is just 12 days. What to do? Just drink a milk. It is very easy, right? But I have collected one purport. Prabhupada explains very wonderfully. So Aditi is performing tapasya to the Lord. The Lord pleased and he appeared in front of Aditi. One nice purport, I would like to, somebody please help me for reading this. How we may think many times, 12 days, just a short. But in Srimad Bhagavatam there are some shlokas which are, when we read that shlokas, we go on clouds actually. We go on clouds. Yes, I can do it. Simple, very simple. Just like Ajamil chanted Narayana, got delivered. Arey, I can chant Narayana, delivered. So some shlokas are there in Bhagavatam which makes us go on high. We feel, yes, I can do it. But purports, they bring us to practical ground. Purports of Srila Prabhupada, they bring us to practical ground. So in this purport, Prabhupada explains very wonderfully. A big purport. I request someone to read it loudly.
Krishna consciousness movement is also Vishnu Aradhana or worship of Lord Vishnu. According to the age, the Payovrat method of Vishnu Aradhana was enunciated long ago by Kashyapa Muni through his wife Aditi in the heavenly planets, and the same process is bona fide on earth even now, especially for this age of Kali. The process accepted by the Krishna consciousness movement is to open.
So this is the purport of Prabhupada. It is not just 12 days, drink a milk and get the results, Vishnu appearance in front of you. But Prabhupada very wonderfully presents, even at this age of Kali also, what the lesson, what the process given by Kashyapa works till now. That is the process of worshipping the deities, performing Nam Sankirtan, worshipping the deities, offering prasadam, offering bhoga, taking prasadam, following these principles, Prabhupada explains. This brings us practical ground. So Aditi performed, Lord Vishnu appeared. Vishnu says, I know all your desires, don't worry. I know all your desires, before only. He says, just like he says to Kardama. Vishnu says to Kardama, right? Kardama also performs some tapasya for the desire of getting married to a good girl. Searching for a good girl. But Vishnu appears, I know your desire. In few days, Swayambhuva Manu will come, Sata, wife. Swayambhuva Manu will come and he will offer his daughter to you. No, don't worry. Similarly, Vishnu appeared in front of Aditi and he said, okay. What he says is exactly is, go and serve Kashyapa, he says. He doesn't say that I will appear as your son. He doesn't say that. You go and serve Kashyapa. So another lesson we can learn is, of course, our spiritual success depends on mercy of Guru. But it is not a spiritual master responsibility that we get delivered. We also should practice. We also should follow the instructions of the spiritual master. The Kashyapa, when Vishnu said to Aditi, perform this, go and serve Kashyapa, then Aditi goes to Kashyapa and serves him. And Kashyapa, he is also very happy with the service of Aditi. Lord Vishnu appears as their son. So it is our responsibility also to follow the instructions of Guru. Just like Prabhupada says, stick to these principles. If the members of Krishna consciousness stick to this principle, they will get the success. So in this way, we understand the Vamandev Actually, when he appeared as a Vishnu, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and Pitambara Vastra, Vaijayanti Mala, Srivatsa. He appeared in front of the Kashyapa, Aditi, in front of them. And immediately he became a small boy as a Vatu Brahmana. Vamana Vatu. He became a small Vamana Vatu. Sa Vamana Vatu. That is a line which I have picked up from. In front of everyone. Now at this time, he is glowing like anything as a sun. Millions of suns is glorifying like that. His glow is like of millions of suns. You see, Kashyapa Muni is giving a belt. Yes, this is the advantage of pictures. Kashyapa Muni is giving a belt to Vamandev. Like this, many Aditi, she gives a kopin, Angavastra for Vamandev. All the demigods, in bigger picture maybe we can see all the demigods are there. Saraswati comes, Brahma, Annapurna, Parvati Devi, she comes and gives a bowl for begging. So like this, you can see here picture, the Brahma, Saraswati, all these great devotees, they have given many things. Sun god came and personally chanted Gayatri, and Brihaspati gave a thread, Kashyapa gave a straw belt, you can see in that picture. Saraswati gave a Rudrakshas. Yes, is he holding the Rudrakshas? Okay, he is wearing the Rudrakshas. Saraswati gave a Rudrakshas. Mother Earth, she gave a deer skin. Yes, a deer skin. And Brahma gave a Kamandalu. He is carrying the Kamandalu. Brahma gave a Kamandalu. Kuvera gave a begging pot. I don't know. That may be the begging pot which is there in front of him. Begging pot. So like this, all the demigods, they came and offered all these prayers and the articles of gifts. Yes. We see that when Nimai appeared, even all the friends of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra, they all came, and they didn't came with the empty hands. They came with the many gifts. Even on our birthdays also, when we celebrate in the previous days, we must be got many gifts. But that gifts remains for some time. But when somebody gives the gifts to Krishna, that is have an eternal effect. Now, one of the lesson we can learn is Vamandev, he never performed any Bala Leela. He has directly, appeared as a Vishnu, transformed himself as a Vatu Brahmana, and he walked towards Bharuch. It is a northern side of Narmada river, which is a Bharuch. Right now it is a place called Bharuch, where the Bali Maharaj was doing his sacrifice on the order of Bhrigu. Bhrigu Kach, that is place, Bhrigu Kach, Bharuch, where Vamandev walks towards that place. And one of the lessons we can learn is, he is a best beggar. He knows the art of begging. When we ask for the donation, Devikananda Prabhu explained this point very wonderfully when I was hearing his Bhagavatam classes in Juhu. He explains, if at all you want to learn how to ask for donations, we should learn from Vamandev, he says. What he has to do? First glorify the donor. First glorify the donor. You ask simple thing, he will give everything for you. So, Devakinanda Prabhu is one of the famous donor. He is one of the collection fundraiser. He says this point, we should learn from Vamandev how to collect donations from people. So Vamandev also went to the sacrifice arena of Bali Maharaj. What he did is, he went, when he is entering only, actually Bali Maharaj is not envious of Vamandev. That is the first quality which made him Mahajan. He is very happy to see Vamandev coming. because he is wonderfully so much stage when he is walking. All the brahmanas, all the people in the sacrifice arena, they became a dim. They became a dim. Even the donor, who is owner of the sacrifice, the Bali Maharaj, he became a dim in front of the Vaman Dev. But still, he had a great respect for Vaman Dev, that he is coming to my arena. Bali has decided that he will give a charity in this Rajaswi Ashwamedha Yajna. He decided he want to give a charity. So Vamandev goes and glorifies him. This is one of the lessons we can learn. He is the biggest. When Krishna becomes beggar, he is the best beggar as Vamandev. When he becomes woman, he is the best woman as Mohini Murthy. When he becomes devotee, he is the best devotee. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the best one. Whatever the place, position he takes, that is the best it becomes. Recently we were hearing this Yajna. Yajna is actually all the posts are meant for him only. All the posts and positions are meant for him. We take in charge for some time to be a transparent medium of his mercy. Yes, Vamandev appeared. Now, at this situation, Vamandev, other point he says, actually Bali Maharaj, he is very pleased having a Vamandev in the presence of the arena, and he asks, Bali Maharaj asks, actually Bali Maharaj, he washes the lotus feet of Vamandev. See, these are all steps which he became Mahajan. Slowly and gradually, he became a Mahajan by following simple steps. He was very happy, he was respecting this Vatu Brahmana, and he washed the lotus feet of Vamana and took that Charanamrita on his head and spread it. He gave to his wife and all the members in the arena. He did this. And Vamandev is just witnessing it. And Vamandev is also very pleased by him. Now, third thing which he did is, first thing what he did, he was having a great respect for Vamandev. And second thing what he did, he washed the lotus feet of Vamandev. And third thing what he did, he asked, oh, you came to my arena, please ask what you want. I am ready to give. What you want, please ask me. Then Vamandev asked, please give me 3 steps of land. Radhana Swami Maharaj explains what are the 3 steps of land. For a brahmachari like us, what is the need of 4 steps of land? We need just 3 steps. Radhana Swami Maharaj says, association of devotees, first thing. And second thing is, he says, prasadam. We need a prasadam. And fourth thing is this, a place to sleep. Place to sleep. If these 3 things are there, what is the, association, when we are in association, chanting happens, hearing happens, reading happens, everything happens. So for purification, some maintenance of this body, just for some food, some prasadam. And for the maintenance of this body, just a place for sleep. That's it. This is what Radhana Swami Maharaj says of 3 steps of land. Now, Vamandev asked for 3 steps of land to Bali. Bali was thinking, actually, it's very nice, Brahmana should be renounced like this, but keep some respect for me at least. I'm giving this such a kind of donations to everyone, but you're asking me 3 steps of land. It is an insult to me. Don't ask 3 steps, ask something more. Ask something more, he says. But Vamandev says, it is a very important lesson for us to learn here. I have some purport also where Prabhupada explains very wonderfully a Brahmana quality. So, Bali got insulted and asked Vamana, please ask something more. But Vamandev says, no, I just want 3 steps. Why? Because he says this shloka, okay, he is the best beggar, he is the best devotee. He says this shloka. Please repeat after me. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Yavanto Vishaya Preshtas त्रिलोक्याम अजितेन्द्रियम न शक्नुवन्ति ते सर्वे प्रतिपूरायितं नृपा. So he says, please read that someone translation loudly.
The personality of Godhead, oh my dear king, even the entirety of whatever there may be within the three worlds to satisfy one's senses cannot satisfy the person whose senses are uncontrolled.
So this is another best lesson we can learn from Vamandev teachings. He says, if we are not satisfied what we have, we will never be satisfied whatever we are desiring for. Sri Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki jai. So principle is we should be satisfied what we have. We don't need to hanker for more and more things. If we are not satisfied what we have, we will never be satisfied if we get even three lokas. Trilokyam Ajitendriyam. If we are not controlled in senses, we cannot be satisfied whatever we get in the life. One of the purport, I think 19.24, I think, Prabhupada explains. Very nice purport he writes. I request every one of us to read that. 8. Whole purport you can read. 8. What is the sloka number? Chapter number? 19. Yeah. In the purport, Prabhupada explains about the Brahmana quality. How we should be satisfied whatever we have. Yeah, Prabhupada quotes wonderful purport he writes. It is all very best for us as a devotees, practicing devotees. We should read whole this purport. Prahlad Maharaj quotes this. Sukha Indrikam, of course, there is a one quote of Prahlad Maharaj, Prabhupada quotes. He quotes from Bhagavad Gita also. One should be satisfied whatever he has. Here. Prabhupada writes this. Somebody please read loudly.
According to Brahmanical culture, one should be content with whatever he obtains without special endeavor and should cultivate spiritual consciousness.
Yeah. So, we can endeavor, we can have desires to achieve something more. We can have desires. But we don't need to do special endeavor for it. If it comes, it came, that's it. And that special endeavor should not spoil our cultivation of Krishna consciousness, spiritual consciousness. These are the two things we should remember. This is a Brahmanical culture. According to Brahmanical culture, Prabhupada explains. We can endeavor for mere things. It is not that आपके पास you don't have your own plate. We can try for purchasing our own plate, prasadam plate. But we don't need to go out of the way for fundraising for our plate. Going out and searching for which plate is good for me. We don't need to do that. Yes. That special endeavor may spoil us. We may become greedy. That's what Prabhupada writes. And he says, Prabhupada goes on explaining, please.
Then he will be happy. The purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement is to spread this understanding.
Yes. Spread this understanding, Prabhupada says. So we can highlight this point in our minds.
Avoid material activities. In fact, however, we are engaged in real activities for obtaining the ultimate happiness in life. If one is not trained to satisfy the spiritual senses and continues in material sense gratification, he will never be in happiness that is eternal and blissful.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Thank you. So generally people think that these devotees are escapist. They tried in material world, it could not work, and they became sadhus. So it is a quality of sense control that we are aspiring for. Even though we have a desires, but we don't want to fulfill it. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. We don't want it. Whatever comes in the flow of Krishna consciousness, let me accept. If it doesn't come, let me not do special endeavor for it. That's what the Prahlad Maharaj lesson here. यावन्तो विषय प्रेष्टस न शक्नुवन्ति te sarve. He will never be satisfied if he is uncontrolled. And this is how one can purify actually. When we give a donations, money gets purified, right? That is the intention, we ask for donations. When we satisfied whatever we have, our mind gets purified. This sloka comes from 10th canto. कालेन स्नान शौचाभ्यम संस्कारे स्तप इज्जय शुद्ध्यन्ति दान संतुष्ट द्रव्यानि आत्मात्मविद्यया. So I will read this translation, please hear carefully. O king, by passing of time, land and other material possessions are purified. You know, in villages, people pass a stool on the roads, but by the due course of time, it gets purified. You know, the insects will come and eat it. It will be purified. By the time effect, the land and material things, material possessions gets purified. By bathing, the body gets purified. We should take a bath. When we get to take a bath, body gets purified. And being cleansed, by being cleansed, uncleansed things are purified. Okay. By purificatory ceremonies, birth is purified. Jata karma, all this, Dashavida samskaras. Birth gets purified. By austerity, by performing tapasya like Ekadashi, our senses gets purified. By worship and charity offered to Brahmanas, material possessions are purified. By satisfaction, this is a principle, this is a point. By satisfaction, the mind gets purified. And by self-realization, Atma Vidya, Atma gets purified. By Krishna conscious knowledge, Atma gets purified. So this is a shloka. This is one of the lessons we can learn from Vamandev. Now, which is a very, very important aspect, how Bali Maharaj surrendered to Vamandev. Now if you see, Shukracharya protected the life of Bali. He has that great depth of respect for Shukracharya. Shukracharya, after washing the lotus feet, after asking, Bali accepts it. Okay. See, you have insulted me, but no problem. But because you are speaking so much philosophy of satisfaction of 3 steps of land, okay, let it be. I will offer. I will give you 3 steps of land. Bali accepted it. Now, when he did that, he did a vachaman. Bali did achaman, but he didn't chanted some mantras which had to be chanted. We didn't chant it. In between, Shukracharya enters. Actually, Shukracharya, Vishnu is married to Bhargavi. Bhargavi, she is a daughter of Bhrigumuni. In that way, how the relation, I don't know. There is a relationship between Shukracharya and Vishnu. Vishnu got married to sister of Shukracharya, brother-in-law. So, Shukracharya is a guru for demonic demons, but he is not directly involving with the Vamandev here. He is coming and telling Bali Maharaj, he is a Swayam Vishnu. He is a Swayam Vishnu, he is asking for 3 steps of land, but he will take everything from you. Shukracharya says, don't give him 3 steps of land. Now, hear carefully, Bali Maharaj is thinking, I have already given a word. I have already given a promise. That is the first thing. I have already given a promise. How can I go back from my promise? And second thing, he is a Brahmana. May not be God, may not be Krishna, may not be Vishnu, but he is just a Brahmana. But why I should not give a charity to a Brahmana? That is the second thing. And when Shukracharya said that he is a Bhagavan, he is a Vishnu, then his respect increased more. Bali respect increased more. He is a Swayam Vishnu. He is a proprietor of everything. What is the problem in me giving the charity to him? Let him take everything, no problem. Bali was ready for it, actually. From within his heart, he is ready for it. But he didn't said to Shukracharya that. In heart, he is ready to sacrifice himself for Vamandev, for Lord. Because one more thought was going in his mind, that I am coming from the dynasty of Prahlad Maharaj. I am coming from the family of Prahlad. How can he do injustice to my own dynasty? He was feeling that. So but he didn't told to Shukracharya, he didn't told all these demonic friends. What he told to demonic friends and Shukracharya is, let's see, once upon a time, Mother Earth said, I can bear any kind of sinful activity, but I cannot bear untruthfulness, lies. I cannot bear it. Those people who tell lies, they become heavy for me. No? Bali is speaking in this way. And one more point, he says, Bali says to other Shukracharya, other members, that see the great Mahatmas like Shibi and Dadichi also gave a great charity. Dadichi and Shibi, they have given their life for charity. And their reputation continued even after death. I want to become that. I want to get that fame. Famous. I want to become that popular. Even after my death, people want me to glorify. Bali was thinking like this. And he told these reasons to Shukracharya and demonic friends. He didn't tell the main reason. What is the main reason? What is the main reason?
He did not want to offend his dynasty.
Bali's heart, the main reason why he wants to give a charity to Vishnu.
He is coming from Prahlad Maharaj dynasty.
One. And second thing, that he is really want to give for his life for Vamandev. He is a Mahajana. But externally he told to Shukracharya, other members, something else. Shukracharya says, no, you have not chanted yet the Om mantras. You should not give you can give a donation, it's not a problem, but you should not give a donation in which you become a beggar afterwards. Imagine someone comes and gives 10,000 rupees donation in the temple, and tomorrow he becomes a beggar. He comes to temple and asking for money, please give me 10,000 rupees, 100 rupees. What is the situation of him? So Shukracharya is presenting this. Okay, you can give a donation, no problem, but not that you will become a beggar. You can give a donation, at least keep something for our maintenance, Keep your food, my food, our maintenance, keep something for that also. Shukracharya says this. But Bali is not inclined for it. It is said, Bali has not rejected Shukracharya. He just disagreed with Shukracharya with a great respect. He disagreed with Shukracharya with great respect. He just disagreed. There is one article, they have disagreed but disowned. Disagreed but not disowned. I may disagree with you, but it doesn't mean that I'm rejecting you. I may disagree with you, but it doesn't mean that I am completely disrespecting or giving you up. So Bali also, with a great respect, he didn't told. That's why, having great respect for Shukracharya, Bali never told Shukracharya that, no, I reject you. I reject you. He didn't say that. But he just still continued giving a charity to Vamandev. But Shukracharya got angry and he cursed. Two things he said. You will be bereft of all your material possessions. One thing. And second thing that he said, you will go to hellish planets. But later on, Vishnu, Vamandev, he fulfills the desires of Shukracharya. Even after giving the 3 steps, even after taking the 3 steps of the land from Bali. That is surprising thing again. Sometimes we get cheated, even though we are right. Sometimes we get chastised, even though we are right. But what to do? It is, we have to continue with that. That's how we get the mercy of the Lord. Now, Shukracharya cursed. Bali, he gone ahead to offering 3 steps of the land to Vamandev. There is nice points which I want thought to discuss. There are 3 types of nitis: Brihaspati niti, Shukra niti, and Kanika niti. Okay, Brihaspati niti is something what Yudhishthir followed. The means also should be good, and end results also should be good. The process which you follow is also good, and end results also should be good. Do good and be good. What people have, some people have, religious people have this concept. Be good and do good. अच्छा करो अच्छा चीज के लिए. This is बृहस्पति नीति. शुक्र नीति, I think Shukra Niti is the result should be good, but no matter whatever the way you do it. Whatever the way you do it, no problem. But the result should be good. And Kanika Niti, Kanika is actually minister of Dhritarashtra. He says, let it be any kind of means it is. Let it be any kind of end it is, but you have to satisfy your desires, that's it. The whole Kali Yuga is going on this Kanika Niti. By hook or crook, just fulfill your desires. Can you give some examples more for Brihaspati Niti and Shukra Niti and Kanika Niti? Brihaspati Niti, one example which I gave Yudhishthir. Who? Okay, maybe. So in the case of Yudhishthir, if you see, he played a gambling match even with Shakuni. He played gambling match even with Shakuni because he is a religious person. He follows Kanika Niti. Shakuni, he clearly follows Kanika Niti. Do whatever you want, no matter whatever the procedure is, but you have to fulfill your desires, that's it. Even after that, Yudhishthira was very good and be good. I will do good and be good. And if you see, another example is Gandhiji. In the Kali Yuga, you know, he wants to do something good. He tried his level best to follow ahimsa. Be good and do good. This Shukra Niti is very popular. Even Krishna followed this. No matter the way, how way it is, but the end result should be good. Krishna followed many places this Shukra Niti. One place he followed was Samudra Manthan. He told demigods, go and tie with the demons. He gave a logic also of Mushika, snake and rat. And yeah, he did many tricks. He played many tricks. Krishna played many tricks. Even right now, what trick he is playing is also another Shukra Niti. Let it be anyhow, but end result should be good. But when Krishna follows this Shukra Niti, demons, demigods, everybody gets pleased. But when we follow that, when Shukra is following it, he gets rejected. When we follow it, there is a havoc gets created. Even Narsimha, he appeared, it's Shukra Niti. It is Shukra Niti. End result is, okay, gets done. My mission gets completed. But no matter how it way, no matter how many conditions Hiranyakashipu kept to Brahma, but Lord fulfilled all that and got a success. He killed Hiranyakashipu. This is Shukra Niti. Kanika Niti is what Shakuni, Duryodhana, they plan to kill Pandavas in Lakkagriha, gambling match, cheating game. So like this, there are some Nitis. What Shukracharya is presenting his Niti, but he is not aware of this principle that when Krishna plays this Niti, everybody will be happy, not me. So now, many times, I thought to cover up this, Varnashram Dharma and Bhagavad Dharma. There are two things, many times we get confused, what to follow at a particular time. Now Bali Maharaj is also confusion. That's why we are discussing this. Bali Maharaj is also in Dharma Sankat. Whether should I follow Varnashram Dharma to protect and maintain some money with me, or should I follow Bhagavad Dharma to surrender everything to Krishna? There is a confusion. At one point of time, when Mataji came and asked sannyasi, Maharaj, I want to get married. Can you please suggest me some good husband? Then sannyasi says, no, Sri Krishna is a Purusha of everyone. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should get married to Krishna alone. So that is truly Bhagavad Dharma. That is true. It is Bhagavad Dharma is there. But according to Varnashram Dharma, any woman has to get married to a physically present person, right? So both things has to be taken care. Up to the time, Prabhupada writes in one of the purport, up to the time we are in this body, we have to take care of this body. So both things has to be taken care. But what Shukracharya is telling here, give up the Bhagavad Dharma, follow only Varnashram Dharma to Bali. Just take care of yourself, maintain yourself. You don't need to give the charity to Vamandev. That is what Shukracharya is proposing to Bali. So this is what every situation in our life we have this. There is some incident happens in our life and we get into confusion and we don't know what kind of response we should give. Now Bali Maharaj is into this situation right now. One side Swayam Supreme Personality of Godhead came and asking for the 3 steps of land. Another side his own guru, he is telling not to give any charity, just take care of yourself. Now many times in our life also we get into Dharma Sankat. Should I do a job or become a full-time member? Should I become a Grihastha or Brahmachari? Should I stay at home and practice? Should I stay at temple and practice? Many times we have this sandigna, confusion. But at that time, if we have a true values, strong values in our life, then we get saved. Bali has this great strong values in his life. Some things he narrated already to Shukracharya, that I don't want to be untruthful. I don't want to break a vow of giving a charity to a Brahmana. I already promised him. I cannot take a promise back. That cultivation, that qualities are there in him. Bali Maharaj, from childhood onwards, he has that. And he is coming from the great dynasty of Prahlad Maharaj. So he is very fully equipped with all required qualities. In our life also, when we have these strong values in our life, at this sandigda, confused situations, Dharma Sankat, we can take right decisions in our life. Otherwise, we become too fanatic or else too oblivious of all the principles of Bhagavata. So that's what Bali Maharaj is going through. And now he has decided that he wants to give. Now at this time only he has decided, no matter what happens to me, I will give 3 steps of land to him. No matter whatever happens to me, he's decided. One side he has a Shukracharya curse. I wanted to show, these all the troubles of what Bali Maharaj is going, Vamandev witnessed it. Vamandev, one shloka he says, Vamandev says to Bali Maharaj, he says, this is in 8th canto, 7th, the surrender, Bali Maharaj surrender chapter. Huh? 20? Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe, yes. In this, There is one shloka which Vamandev witnesses all the troubles which Bali Maharaj is going through. He recognizes that. I think I have made notes somewhere. One particular shloka, Vamandev witnesses all the, he accepts. Sometimes, when we do great service, still if we are not recognized, we feel sorry about it, right? When we do great service, great sacrifice Bali Maharaj has done here, but still if Vamandev doesn't recognize, he feels little sorry. Vamandev witnesses all this, lists down in one particular translation, he lists down all the sacrifices which Bali Maharaj is going through. One side, Guru cursed him, another side, wife also chastising him, and on another side, he is at Dharma Sankata, he don't know what to do, he's confused. But at these difficulties, he has surrendered to me. He's decided that he will give a charity. So, of course, we know this story. He has given the 3 steps of land. He has given 2 steps of land, and then Vamandev becomes a normal human form. He comes to normal form, and he asks for the 3rd step. In between this time, Garuda comes and bounds with the Varun Pasha, Bali Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj also there standing just beside him. Prahlad Maharaj also comes. Prahlad Maharaj says, oh Lord, what a great fortune this Bali Maharaj is. That you are truly purifying him. You are truly purifying this, my grandson. Of course, later on, Bali says, okay, this is your 3rd step, please keep on your 3rd step on my head. And Vamandev says, you go to Sutal Loka. He says Prahlad also to go to Sutal Loka, spend some time with your grandson. Even he says, I will also be with you all the time as a doorkeeper. Yes. So this is how Vamandev conquers Bali Maharaj. It is a cheating, but it is not a cheating what we generally experience in this world. It is a transcendental cheating by the Supreme Lord to purify the person. So why I have kept this? He has exemplified 2 personalities. Bali Maharaj exemplified 2 personalities here. One personality is Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri says, let all these evening prayers, worship to demigods, all this Shraddha Karma, purificatory activities, every day we are supposed to do. But I have decided that I will surrender to Sri Krishna. I can't do all this, please excuse me all this. Bali Maharaj also exemplified this. I can't satisfy Guru, I can't satisfy my own demonic friends, I can't satisfy everyone and anyone. Let me surrender to Sri Krishna. So Madhavendra Puri also, one of his prayers, he says that. And another person he exemplified is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We can't say that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exemplified Bali Maharaj. We can say Bali Maharaj exemplified Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says in his Sishtastakam last prayer, Asli Shivapad Ratam Pinastumam Adarshana Marma Hatam Karotu Va Yata Tatha Va Vidadatu Lampato Yat Prananatham Matu Prananatham Na Para. You be present in front of me, or else don't give a darshan. You crush me down, or else you uplift me. In any situation, you are my supreme, my Lord, Prananath. Similarly, Bali Maharaj has decided, no matter what will happen to my life, but I have surrendered to you. That's how the great Mahajanas exemplify. They show us how to surrender to Sri Krishna, especially at difficult times, especially in Dharma Sankata. When we are not valued, when we are not respected, that time when we absorb in Krishna consciousness, Krishna observes it, witness it. So this is where I end with the one prayer from Jayadeva Goswami. Please repeat after me. Chalayasi vikramane, you can sing together. Chalayasi vikramane balimadbhuta vamana padanaka nirajanita jana pavana Keshavadrita Vamana Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. Hare Krishna. So I thank everyone for, okay, these are some, okay, before this I would like to take some points. 3-4 members can reflect upon some points which helped you, reflections. No questions. If there are any comments you can give. Reflections, comment please.
Everybody having good intention, but we shouldn't glorify having bad intention.
Yeah. This comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, where Ramchandra Khan, not Ramchandra Khan, another disciple of Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, another disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Huh? Ramchandra Puri. So when he is criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says this. In the scripture there are two things are forbidden: to glorify someone, to criticize someone. But this Ramchandra, he knows second principle very nicely. He knows first principle very nicely, second principle he boycotts. First principle is one should not glorify. He knows it very nicely, that's why he criticizes. But he doesn't know that he should not criticize also. And another interesting point where Prahlad Maharaj meeting Avadhuta Brahmana, Avadhuta Brahmana says to Prahlad Maharaj, I am seeing people, sometimes they act wonderfully, sometimes they act foolishly. So that's why I don't glorify someone, I don't criticize someone. I just do my things. Avadhuta Brahmana is Dattatreya. He says to Prahlad this thing. Thank you, bro. Some more points. 1-2 more. Sumit bro. Okay, some points he made.
All the posts and positions are in this world as Krishna or Krishna.
Yes. Kaustu bro. Yes, thank you Sumit bro. Kaustu bro. Yes, mercy of Acharyas. Brihaspati also says to Indra, no, don't worry, in some time they will be bereft of the mercy of Guru and they will fall down. Then you can regain it. That's what happened. That's what happened now. So now Vamandev collects the 3 worlds and Indra, his friend, brother, all the 3 planetary systems. And that's how Aditi, Mother Aditi gets pleased with the son, Vamandev, and he continues. So these are some points. Parikshit Maharaj's eagerness to hear, glories of Parampara. Sometimes when we read shlokas, we may go high of Payovrata, but when we read the purports, we come to normal grounds. Bali Maharaj's gratitude made him surrender. Nothing can satisfy if one is uncontrolled. Strong values can empower us to take a right decision in our life. So that's why we'll end. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Samaveta Gaura Bhaktarunde ki. Hitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.